Then Saul, who was also called Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked straight at Elymas and said, "You are a child of the devil and an enemy of everything that is right. You are full of all kind of deceit and trickery. Will you never stop perverting the right ways of the Lord? Now the hand of the Lord is against you. You are going to be bright for a time, not even able to see the light of the sun." Immediately, mist and darkness came over him, and he groped about, seeking someone to lead him by the hand. Acts 13 and verse 9. Demystifying the Holy Spirit. Notice here, the work of the Holy Spirit. Very sweet. The Bible is saying that, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked straight at Elymas. I love that. That the Holy Spirit, when He is upon you, you look straight to Elymas of this life. Who is an Elymas? Elymas is a false prophet, a sorcerer, and about Jesus, an opposer of Christ, like an antichrist. But this pastor here, by name Paul, Apostle Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked straight to Elymas. So when the Holy Spirit is on you, you are able to face sorcerers. You don't pamper witches, sorcerers, diviners, wizards, spiritists, mediums, consultants of the dead, and that. You don't. You face them head on. So the Holy Spirit, one of the things He does is that He builds your confidence, courage, and boldness against evil and evil practitioners. 2, He said, you are a child of the devil. How did Paul know Elymas is a child of the devil? Through the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit, when He is upon you, He helps you to know the charisma types and definitions. One of the things that complicates our spiritual applications and functionality is because you don't know what you are dealing with. But Paul is telling him, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. You are a child of the devil. So Paul was able to scan through Elymas and he could see what others are not seeing. That's why I have the Holy Spirit. You are able to see people in their true entities and energies and frequencies. You don't see people from their outside self. You see people from their inner self. You see people from what they are under or what is controlling them or influencing them. That's why else you could look at a girl and say, you are under familiar monitoring spirit. I command you, spirit, get out of this girl. And the girl was cured. A spirit of casting omens. Look here, he is saying, this Paul is saying, an enemy of everything that is right. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, you are able to see what is opposing you. Many people, you are just there. But if the Holy Spirit will come upon you, you will see the enemy of what is right. And Elymas all along was working with pro-council, a government official. But he had never known that this gentleman, this guy, is an enemy of what is good. So when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you are able to see the enemy of everything that is right. It becomes clear to you. Now you can be able to see correctly the enemy of your destiny, of everything that is good. You are an enemy. So when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you will be able to see clearly who the enemy is. And one of the things that makes many people live and remain defeated is because you don't know who is your enemy. So you're just throwing your fists in the air, trying to see if you're going to get a hit. But when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, it will say, oh, you are the enemy of my progress. Something else is, Paul is telling him, you are full of deceit and trickery. How is Paul seeing this? Because he's under the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit exposes deception and trickery that is in people's lives. You can walk with a person. When the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you'll be able to see their hypocrisy and their treachery. But when the Holy Spirit is not with you, you see everything as if it is in tandem, it is okay, it is natural, and it's supposed to be that way. But the moment the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you are able to see deception and trickery in its naked form, in its nude form. That's why you need the Holy Spirit, because you're able to see deception and trickery. So whatever people bring to you as if that is the way things are done, you are able to see the inside of the gift wrapper. Something else is, he says, we will never stop perverting the right ways of the Lord. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, you are able to see how the right ways are diverted. You're able to see spiritual perversions, spiritual diversionary tactics. In the spiritual realm, there is a lot of perversion. But when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you are able to see. And that's why you notice many believers are applying the perverted life dimensions without knowledge. Just because it is written in the Bible doesn't mean it is certified by the Holy Spirit. You can be applying something in the Bible, but in your application, it is in a divination form. Perversion is laid bare by the Holy Spirit. Pro-cancer be living with this person and he never seen his perversion. But when the Holy Spirit came, his perversion was exposed. That's why you can be walking with a person and then you remain in the presence of the Lord. You are tarrying in the prayer, and then when you sleep, God brings a very close person to you, but you see a form and a nature of that person you'd never think of, because now the Holy Spirit is exposing what is not visible with physical eyes. And then when the Holy Spirit is upon you, you pass judgment. He told Elimas, you will be brided for a moment. And he groped about, seeking someone to lead him by the hand. Why do you need the Holy Spirit? It's because the Holy Spirit empowers you to pass judgment over everyone that opposes your progress and advancement. One of the things, the hand of the Lord there is the Holy Spirit. So don't ask. Also, the definition of the hand of the Lord there is actually the Holy Spirit. But one of the things that is making people not advance is the enemy. And the enemy will not get out of your path for your progress and advancement unless judged. And you make a judgment through the Holy Spirit. First Corinthians chapter 2, towards the end, it says, a spiritual man makes judgment over everybody. Himself is not under any judgment. So the Holy Spirit gives you the ability to pass judgment over every enemy of progress in your life. How did the Holy Paul exercise Holy Spirit there? It's because he was also Saul, also called Paul. Transformation. Moving from Saul to Paul, moving from carnality to spiritualism. Transformation. The key word there is transformation. When you transform, you can exercise Holy Spirit.